When I was 19, I was a street musician for a year. Now, I don't have any photos of that time because it was before digital cameras were prevalent. I hitchhiked across North America for a year, and I'd roll into a new town and play music on a street corner for a few hours. Put my hat on the ground with a few coins in it, and people passing by would pay me enough money for tacos and cigarettes for the day. The money was nice, it kept me going, but what I was really looking for was couches. During that year that I wandered across America, it was easy for me to sleep on the beach or a highway underpass or the backyard of a church, but once or twice a week, I could convince a complete stranger to let me crash on their couch. And I slept better on those nights. But I had to go to places where people were curious about a strange musician that they found interesting. Sitting on a soapbox at the train station was great for a volume of people because there were lots of people walking by. But I rarely had a good leisurely chat that built a relationship like I did in small beach towns. Tourist towns were great because on the boardwalk, there were always people wandering around in search of something interesting. They weren't on a commute, they were curious and relaxed. That was my target market, locals with leisure time. What I was doing is known as busking out. I didn't charge admission for my performance. I played for free, and anyone who wanted to could drop $1 in my hat. It's 20 years later, and I'm still busking out, offering free value to my target market and inviting people to contribute. Busking out focuses your best marketing on your most qualified prospects. You can demonstrate expertise and build trust by solving simple problems for a narrow niche in a free presentation. It's more efficient and more effective than marketing broadly to a general audience. Thousands of people would pass me in an hour at the train station, and I'd make a few bucks. I generally made more money with less people in tourist towns. The size of your audience isn't as important as their alignment with you. Busking out was how I met Peter Cook, one of the authors of the Thought Leaders Practice. He reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, "Hey, do you want a copy of my book? Send me your address." So I said, "Sure," and he sent me a book, and it was a fantastic read. A few months later, he said, "Hey, I'm coming to Wellington. Would you like to have coffee?" I said, "Sure." And he invited 80 other people as well. He gave us all a free presentation, and at the end, he made an offer to join his program, Thought Leaders Business School. Now, if he had pitched me his program on LinkedIn, I would have ignored him. But instead, he invited me to a buskout, offered free value, and then made an offer. I never demanded $1 before I played a song for strangers, because that wouldn't have worked. Busking out attracts your target market to you from out of the crowd. You can brainstorm your buskout, what it's about, who it's for, using my free workbook, which you can get for free by subscribing to the Stellar Platforms newsletter, and I'll send it to you right away.